Alright guys, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome back again to Naijafoottv, where we'll talk about the Super Eagles of Nigeria and everything in between. First of all, just wanted to say happy new month to everyone in the community. I wish you the best this month. I wish you the best, in all of the other months that we have in this year. As usual, back again to give you some updates concerning the team, which of course there have been a lot of interesting stories that have been going on in the last couple of days, up to like 7 days or so now that I've not posted a video yet. Big apologies for that one, but I'm back again, so let's get into some of the interesting stories. And to start it, I'm going to let you guys know what's happening right now with the Super Falcons of Nigeria. Of course, you probably recall that they have a WAFCON competition on hand. That's the African Cup of Nations women's category. Is actually starting this weekend, this Sunday, precisely on the 6th of July. And the game that we will be playing as the group opener is going to be against Tunisia. That one is coming up around 5 p.m. on Sunday, which is obviously a tough test for our Super Falcons. And the Group B that we have, that we found ourselves in, we have the likes of Algeria, Botswana, and then Tunisia, and then we have ourselves. So it's going to be a group that's, it's going to be not. I won't say there's any easy team per se, but relatively, I think it's a really good group for the Super Falcons of Nigeria to top. But again, talking about the preparation for this competition, I can say that the Super Falcons have been doing really well, for themselves. They've actually shown us that they are ready to be in this competition. They've played a couple of friendlies. They've not lost any. They've won two, drawn one. The most recent ones that they played were against Portugal and Ghana. Against Portugal, we played a draw, and then against Ghana, we won that one 3-1. So, if this indicates anything, is the fact that the Super Falcons are ready to play in this competition and hopefully win the title, collect it from the defending champions, South African women's team. But we'll see what happens. In the meantime, the girls are in camp now. Training. Coach Madugu obviously getting the girls in line in terms of how he wants them to play, and the list is really interesting. We covered that a couple of days ago. The list, which was the list, we saw a couple of experienced players being included, the likes of Asisa Oshoala, Francesca Odega. These girls are some experienced players that will obviously bring experience into the team, in terms of scoring goals, because they've been doing it years upon years with the national team. But there's still a little bit of days to go by before we see that first leg against Tunisia. But aside from that, guys, moving into the Super Eagles of Nigerian camp, of course, there have been a lot of interesting stories that have come out now, particularly with the transfer situation, concerning some of our players. Just wanted to talk about Osayi-Samuel's transfer situation, which has obviously caused some stir in the media in the last couple of hours. Osayi-Samuel was on the brink of completing a move to Besiktas, which of course Besiktas had been holding the talks with his parent club Fenerbahce for a while now, and then they seem to have reached an agreement. But then, just when he was set to make that move, Besiktas decided to pull out of the deal, saying that they are not going to make it work anymore because they received a phone call from the father of Osayi-Samuel, who was demanding some extra money from Besiktas. The report is that the money is around £300,000. I don't know what this money was for, but according to Besiktas, his father was demanding this money from them, and that was not part of the original agreement. So they were angered. Their president was really pissed off by that, demand, and he decided to call off the deal and said that they don't want to sign him anymore. And the interesting thing is that Bright Osayi-Samuel's dad actually went behind Bright Osayi-Samuel to ask or to request for this extra money. He didn't tell his son that he was going to, ask for, so and so money. That's where it gets really complicated. And the way the story is going, it feels like Bright Osayi-Samuel's father is also his agent, or is part of his agent, part of his representatives, because obviously if it's not part of his representatives, then I don't think he would have that access to even have any kind of conversation with Besiktas to say that he wants a so thing or he doesn't want a so thing. But where we are at right now is that Bright Samuel has spoken out to the media, where he confirmed that yes, his father reached out to Besiktas, and yes, Besiktas had decided to call up the deal because of some extra clause that his father had to add into the contract. But he also said that his father called without telling him, and canceled the transfer. He said that he had no idea what happened, but he wants to talk again with Besiktas. He wants to start afresh with Besiktas. That is what the young man has come out to say. And from his statement, it's very obvious that Osayi-Samuel is very disappointed. The fact that the deal has been called off, because obviously, he's been wanting to leave Fenerbahce for a really long time. It's not today's thing. It started, I think, 1 or 2 years ago, when Bright Osayi-Samuel, started pushing that he wanted to leave Besiktas. First, it was for the reason that he wanted to return to the UK, where he has his girlfriend living and working. So he wanted to be close to his family and things like that. So he was kind of homesick. But right now, that this deal was almost happening, and then his father comes into the picture to spoil the whole thing for him. So that's what's currently happening right now with the Bright Osayi-Samuel's deal. But we are still going to keep our fingers crossed and see if Besiktas are going to come back into the deal and complete it. Obviously, this is a huge disappointment for the man, and I'm sure he's going to be a little bit pissed with his dad for doing something like that. Let's wait and see. In the meantime, the young man is actually in Nigeria, where he's watching the finals of the under-17 football team that he sponsored, or that he created and he's sponsoring right there in Benin. So he came down to Nigeria to actually observe the final this season. The under 13 academy was actually something that he said a few years ago, and he said that he wasn't able to watch the competition, the 2024 version. So he promised himself that he was going to come around for this 2025 version, and he's currently there supporting the young boys, and with the intention of actually helping them become professionals in the future from Edo State. This is his motive for setting up this academy. Well, that's the update for now. More stories is going to be coming out. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned. More interesting stories will be coming out